Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time it is you're watching me, that it's morning or it's afternoon or it is evening. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, just as I'm having a great one over here. So thank you so much for being a part of this entire journey. I want to say a big thank you to everybody that takes their time to watch my videos and hear what it is I have to say. I'm just happy we've gotten to page day 16. Today day 16, sorry, day 17. Now we're in day 17, and if you noticed, all these Gbasgbos people, they've reduced. All these people that are coming with heavy courses, they've reduced. Now what they are saying is that they feel bad for my generation. One person said they are weeping for my generation, and I told the person Jesus wept. So weeping is not a problem. You can weep your weep for your generation. Let me weep for my generation. Don't weep your weep for my generation. Let me weep myself. And that being said, things are really going great because we are getting to a point where we are asking ourselves critical questions. But as God is going to be faithful, concerning the video of day 16, where I spoke about the financials, I think I think I think two people got it wrong. One person was telling me that if me I'm afraid I should back out, it's not too late, now that I know. And I had to give the person a piece of my mind. Do I look like someone that is afraid of death? Me. We die once. And the Bible says that whosoever is worried about losing his life, worried about his life, that he's holding on to his life, will lose it. And whosoever is willing to let go of his life will find it. I would rather put myself at the forefront of justice, truth and righteousness and tell God, I have decided to follow Jesus, than to be a coward and reject and deny him publicly. Like I said, in fact, the things I have said does not even cover half of the filth. In fact, it's like you're in a room and you're just tiptoeing to know how to walk. Because the rot goes deeper. In fact, deeper. Me, I just want them to, because at the same time, you don't want to throw out all your evidences out there and then you not get to court. But they come to the judge, this evidence is already they will not be filing a motion to reject those evidences because it's already public. So I'm tiptoeing around certain evidences so that it will not damage the case in court. If not, me, I'm waiting for them to finish the case in video kale. I'm actually waiting for them to finish those cases. We will now release all those videos, the one that has your face in it, a one film. You will now explain to the whole world why you were spanking somebody's bum bum. You will explain the anointing that pushed you to you did not even, you spank the bum bum. Go on, daddy. Yes, daddy on pervert buruku. But then ejeka yanjú tó wà lẹ́nu. Amakola katalono, amafa bosadiye. Now, somebody there wrote me an open letter. And I'm going to read that open letter because it really touched my spirit. My spirit was happy because I love when I'm dealing with intellectuals. I love when I'm dealing with people that actually will take their time and actually talk. The person said, "Dear Bolu Atife, maybe I must commend your doggedness and determination in presenting your case against Dr. D.K. Olukoya. Your dedication to exposing what you perceive as corruption and immorality is evident. That said, I would like to state clearly that I remain an apologist and firm supporter of Dr. D.K. Olukoya. So you are aware of where I stand. Good. I have listened carefully to your presentation above. I appreciate the effort you've invested. In science, we say that like poles repel and unlike poles attract. This science is about magnetism, not south poles. Yes, I know. You have urged us to share your message with members and pastors of MFM. Encourage them to reflect on who their general overseer truly is. You've also advised that we rewatch your video and then revisit content from Gemi Gospel Productions and Films. And it take time ago. Who you also allege is complicit in misleading the public regarding Borak Beji. I did not allege. In the interest of fairness, may I respectfully request that you also consider this. Sahara Reporters once interviewed Bro Akpeji shortly after they shared the story on the Funke Ashekun program. If you believe MFM and Dr. Lukoya organized people to defame or slander him, I suggest you take an additional step towards balanced journalism. I'm not a journalist. Send neutral third parties to conduct an independent investigation. Speak with Bro Akpeji's family and community in Ebutemeta, especially those connected to the local sport academy or club. Let them view your video and Yemi Gospel content as well, and then provide an honest report of their reaction. What Bro Akpeji family and local contacts say could go a long way in establishing the truth or dispelling assumption. I await your response, especially if this post is made public. With respect, Adeyemi O. Well, Mr. Adeyemi O, I want to say a big thank you to you for writing me an open letter and expressing your views and opinion. God will bless you. So let me start with the first thing you said here. And it's been a video back on. Now you said what I perceive as corruption and immorality. I did not perceive it. It's a different thing if something just happened out of the blues. This is not perceived. This is corruption. And this is just evil. As I would also share some events with us today. This is not perception. I have seen with my eyes. It's videos. This is not one you walk way. I have seen with my eyes is chats. Some chats that cannot even be made public. This is not perception. I have seen with my eyes how Olukoya bullies people. How he follows people. I have seen with my eyes people that have lost everything because they did not do what Daddy Gio said they should do. Now, I don't know how to define evil other than that. Evil is evil. Let me cite you an example. Knowing fully well that a husband is in jail because the Harrow's wife sent him to jail for 9 years, knowing fully well that the husband is in jail, you then file a notice of whatever it is you filed and have the police come to the wife's house, knowing fully well that they have 3 kids, to arrest the wife. Your team, because now his pastors will be his team members, right? So your team member, one of your team member, just arrested the husband, and the husband is doing 9 years without even the case starting properly. And you then, because the wife made a video lamenting her plight, you then get the police to go to the person's house to arrest the wife. Let me ask you a question as a human being. What is the psychological state you are trying to put those children in? Imagine the children being at home. They know their father is in prison. And now they are seeing police come to their house. And they say they want to take the mother. If you're a child, those kind of trauma, how does it go away? Those kind of psychological torture that you placed that children through, how do you define it? Is it evil or good? Because we all know that the statute of limitation for defamation is 3 years. The statute of limitation for defamation is 3 years. So he had a 3-year window to do anything he wanted to do. As the general overseer of a church, you then still felt the need to sue. And the wife is still battling that case till today. They are still in court because the wife was being sued by Olukoya. Is that evil or good? Now, if you put a family through that amount of stretch and turmoil, let me ask you a question. Would that family survive? If you don't see your husband for 9 years back and forth, will that not have medical torture on you? High blood pressure. Those kids, excuse me. Those kids, would they not have nightmares Worried that any day, any time, their daddy might never return. Any day, any time, their mother might never return. How do you define that? Is that good or evil? So you pick the husband, you pick the wife, just to split them. Is that good or evil? Are these things I just said, are they fictions or are they reality? Are they the true story of the family of Richards? Is it a fiction or is it a reality? So imagine you as a husband being in prison and you get that call that they are gunning for your wife again. How would you feel? Have any of us wondered what happened to those children during those phases? Were they able to go to school? When you take away the breadwinner of a family, and we call ourselves Christians because I need jakpati, are those children, are they able to go to school during those phases? How did they feel? Because I want to understand, is that perception? No, it's not. This is evil in broad daylight. And just because you have not been in his bad books, just because he has not demanded for your wife, does not mean if you guys get close and he asks you for your wife and you say no, you will suffer the same fate. So let us ask ourselves, is that a perception of evil? Or is it a perception of good? The Bible says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. So when Mr. Femi Jimoh's mother came to him and held his leg and begged for mercy, and he said, according to what the woman said, if your son can lie against himself, I will let him go. Is that evil or perception of evil? Is it? When a man sexually assaults his church members, is it evil or perception of evil? When a man threatens and infringes on the fundamental human right of his church members, is it evil or perception of evil? When a man causes his church members to go and file a petition against another church member, is it evil or perception of evil? When a man then causes his church member to go and serve another church member notice for putting their audio online, the same audio that she ran away from home and was asking for help for, and they copied him, is it evil or perception of evil? When a man then calls his own church member and threatens them with police just for having a conversation, is it evil or perception of evil? When you are in your house, in your peace, and they then call you and threaten you, make you run away from home, and cause you to apologize when you are the victim, is that evil or perception of evil? Now, let me go down again. You said, I have urged us to share your message with members and pastors at MFM, encouraging them to reflect on who their general overseer truly is. You've also advised that we watch your video and then revisit your content. Yes, let me tell you something. The first thing I noticed about Olukoya was a pattern. And that was the first thing that gave him up. A repetitive pattern of every single time he makes people make video. When you go and read the chat between Olukoya and Debbie, is that not conspiracy? Is that not manipulation? Is that not a narcissistic behavior at work? Where you make people make video for the purpose of deceiving the public. Is that not a pattern? When you go and read the chat between Mrs. Funke Ashekun and Bolale Adebayo, where she was begging them to allow her to just make the video and let peace reign because that is what he wants. Is that fair? Because there are some chats between Mrs. Bolale Adebayo and Mrs. Funke Ashekun that I have. In fact, the whole world must not even read it. Bagaoni. When she herself was opening her mouth to say some things, We all are just hypocrites. And that's the thing. We deny God in public, but we secretly go to inside our room and then we acknowledge him, knowing fully well that that action would implicate other people, will put other people in trouble, will mislead other people. What pattern is that? Have you seen the amount of publication that was out concerning Mr. Femi Jimo? That painted him. His image has been destroyed. Like, when I mean his image has been destroyed, it has been destroyed. All because he claimed he saw a pastor at the herbalist house. Kilambaka. Because he saw the CSO at the herbalist house. They could go to that extent. How many press releases did they release? How many? If you people if I did not show you guys the behind the scenes, would you have known how to the extent to which they conspired against Maureen? But when that woman was left out to hang and dry, the media took it up. But how many people knew the behind the scenes? That's the pattern. Concerning Akpeji, this pattern, if you look at when you look at the YouTube channel of all these people I've mentioned, Yomi Gospel, Daily Living, Chanfi Boni, have they ever pretended at any point in time that they're not blogging for their father? Go and look at their content now. It's obvious. And they never hid it. Chanfi Boni. And it is just funny. Conveniently, when the issue then happened between Olukoya and Akpeji, the grandma is willing to make a video. For what purpose? To protect Olukoya and humiliate her own grandson. Is that what Christianity has turned to? It's all about laundering the image of Olukoya. How many times has that repeated itself? How many? How many times? Like I said, Akpeji might not be the perfect person. She ojun dun Olukoya kori tele. Is Olukoya blind? He did not know that Akpeji is not perfect when he was using him as an instrument. I have voice notes now. Come and see young boys talk about Olukoya CVs omolele. A whole university because otifire wole. And that's the thing you don't see. The things they shield from you all. Let me ask you for an example. The 1 million they gave Akpeji on the night of the election, what was it for? What was the money for? The 1 million they gave Akpeji the day to the election, what was that money for? The 2 million they gave Akpeji in the middle of the night, what was it for? The 350 they sent to him after manna water, what was that money for? Or didn't Opeyemi Gospel herself play the audio of Akpeji when Akpeji was cursing Funke Ashikun? All those times, he was in the good books. Opeyemi Manuel was blind then. When they were blogging for their father. She did not see it then. She was calling him brother. And that brother now called him. That brother now called her. That brother did this. That brother did that. Then he was the brother. Awora Woni. Eleha Toshi Gesha. All those while, it was in the good books. When they moved 1.750 and they used the account of MFM Ibadfo, when they moved that money, that millions into his account, what was it for? When MFM Ibadfo moved money into Akpeji's account, what was the money for? Kilota. What is Akpeji selling? Because we need to start asking ourselves that question. And I've not even touched half of his bank statement. I just wanted to like stay off of the numbers because it's just like every time I'm scrolling through my laptop, it's just making my eyes like hurt a little bit. Because it's like 650 pages. What was it for? All those millions and millions and millions. What was the money for? The list that I will share with you right now, that Akpeji sent to them, what was it for? Come and see people just send list of things they need. What was the money for? What is Akpeji selling? Now let's come from the angle of law. If you're an NGO, there should be a transaction receipt for every transaction you make or every service rendered to you. What did Akpeji sell? Where is the transaction receipt? Where is the pro forma invoice? What did he sell to collect 1.750? What did he sell to collect 2,400,000, 500,000, 700,000? Now they are saying Akpeji is not good. He was comfortable using him that way because he needed someone that way to do his bidding. And now they are saying he's not good, he's bad. I've listened to Yemi Gospel over and over. As much as the man's voice sounds to me like nails scratching a chalkboard. He treats people at the Bute Meta. How come conveniently now Oba Waya wants to give him 50,000 naira to go and take down the video? Why I will play you audios of Olukoya calling people to ask the people like Pejiwa. If he is bad, why is it till today asking people where he is? For where he is, he wants to know his location. That those one are calling, why is your father looking for you? Why is he disturbing my phone? I'll play you the audio now. And let us ask ourselves. But because he himself is a crook, he is a crook to the core. He's a criminal. And for that reason, he will run after like-minded people. And in fact, he will make them more evil than himself. Think about it now. Just for slandering and defaming people, you get paid in dollars. If not you, won't you go and wash yourself inside evil to become more evil? To become the tool he needs you to be. He has turned our youth into miscreants. To make them more evil, to fit the function that they need them to be. The money he gave them to go and open that first academy, they did not have a team. They did not do their investigation. Abi the money he gave them, the 2 point something that he gave them for the academy, that he moved into Akpeji's account, should have the money entered Akpeji's account or enter the corporate account. So John Dumbo time here. Let's follow due process. Was he blind then? Was his legal team sleeping then? If Akpeji has still been doing what he wanted him to do, they would have still been in the same books. Come and see audio of Alayo, but don't fira won shesin, don't share, don't follow Olukoya shesin lenye. The people were talking about, they were making a mockery of his name. Come and see all of them. Don't be so. Is he blind? Come and look at the caliber of people that your GO is rolling with. And conveniently now, Akpeji is not good, Akpeji is bad, Akpeji is this, Akpeji is busted. If that boy is evil, who turned him into that? How many years did he spend with Olukoya? What can Olukoya guarantee that he has influenced in his life? They should point to one thing. And when I said they should share those videos with their pastors, yes, I meant it. because I wanted to ask one question. Is this still Christianity? How many pastors has he invested in like that? The region, the branch. How many branch pastors has he walked up to and given 1.7 million in the branches there? How many zones has he given 2 million to? Call of a moto. Coffee Uber. How many pastors are struggling back to back? Monkey they when baboon they work, monkey they chop. Do you think Akpeji is the only person he's giving money to? Is Akpeji the only person he's giving money to? How many church pastors' wife has he opened shop for the same way he has opened it for Elias' daughter? How many? Just so toss to somebody said he's making money from his books. Those are the money he's spending. Good, I like that defense. So if you're selling books and you're making money, you will now put the money in the account of another person and not your own account. The same person that is a trustee of another foundation that you have created. So you are selling books and the profit of the book does not go to your own account. It goes into the account of another person who happens to coincidentally be a member of the trustee of another foundation you created. Let's make it make sense. So, who is paying tax? Is it you or is it the person? Because when you want to file your taxes or you want to file your annual returns, is it that person's account that is filing the taxes or is it your own account if the money is not in your own account? Because that will constitute another crime called tax evasion. So, let's ask ourselves now. So why did they ask him to sign an undertaking? According to Akpeji, they made him sign an undertaking not to disturb them because they did not give him a political appointment. Why did Olukoya enlist the services of Akpeji in 2023? Because all of a sudden, Akpeji is not good, Akpeji is not good. But when it was useful for them, it was good then. Go? I beg. I don't get energy. And I'm not a journalist. I'm a legal practitioner, a citizen of Nigeria, and a Christian. One who can't sit down and let this evil continue. Forget the fact that I was also a victim. Put that one to one side. I'll lick my wounds later. But this nonsense has to be exposed. Shikena, I'm not an investigative journalist. So when they were going to, when Yemi Gospel was going to release all those videos, he as an investigative journalist, the same way you're asking me to go and be fair, did he call Akpeji to ask Akpeji questions? Did he hear from Akpeji's side? No. So why should I be the one doing what he is not doing? Hey Joe. So what have I said that is of a lie? I've showed you guys the bank statement. I've not even shown you half of the bank statement. I just want to stop staring at this gamma ray, this rays from the phone. It's always affecting me. So I don't want to stop staring at the rays of the phone or the rays of the laptop because I'm spending hours. So I just want to say, okay, fine, let me just, because if you look at the numbers up until 2023, if you look at the heavy numbers in Akpeji's account, you ask questions. Kilo shelle. So you did not know the man was bad then. Is now. Is Akpeji the only person he's sending money to? The 200,000 he sent to Stephanie, was it a loan? Was it a loan? The 200k he sent to Stephanie so that Stephanie can go and pay the lawyer, Malagoge. Was it a loan? Was it? I paid the 500,000 he sends to Alayo that I now have access to. Was that one a loan too? Because I understand what is actually going on now. If I understand it perfectly now. Because a lot of people, a lot of people will lose their source of livelihood. A lot of miscreants will lose their source of livelihood. So they will fight for it. But the reason why I said they should share it with all those pastors is because it is high time we ask ourselves this question. Are you for God? Or are you for Satan? Is this Christianity? When you read the book of Acts and you see the way they contributed and they divided the contribution, is it the same way now? You take from the poor, you give the rich. And they disburse it to their henchmen. They do projects. Project for what? They hide under philanthropy. To move money. Hey, Joe. We all will stand before God and give an account. We all. If the reason for the church is because of the man called Jesus, then let us represent him well. Joshua said, as for me and my family, we will serve the Lord. And that's all I'm doing. And that's all I was asking those pastors. Because it is high time we ask ourselves that question. This is money. In a month, this guy moved 9 million. Akpeji moved 9 million in his account in a month. And I'm asking now, how many of those pastors have 9 million in their account? In fact, how many of those pastors have 5 million in their account in 1 month? How many? So all you have to do is introduce the girl that has front and back. Allow him to assault the girl sexually. And they cash out. The sweat of my own kin, my own flesh and blood in Christ. The sweat of my fathers and mothers in Christ, my siblings in Christ, that have been lied to, that they should give to God in exchange, they will receive more. And it is this same money that is being spent with impunity. This same money is the same money that is being used to put them in jail. At what point do we wake up and say this is madness? Come and see people end up in psychiatric hospital. Because of what? Because they get issue with this man. People's marriage are being like stretched to the limit. If Christ was here, can we do all this rubbish in front of him? And I'm asking, what part have we played in ensuring this madness continues because we are afraid? If you fear man and you don't fear God, then when he's ready to judge you, don't complain. When he was talking about persecution, this is persecution. And if all we want to do is to be afraid of man so that we will not offend men, then we are not worthy of the salvation and the redemption that comes with Christ. We are not worthy of the salvation and the redemption that he has brought. He said, this is my flesh of the new covenant. And this is my blood that has been shed unto the remission of sins of many. Just one commandment. As I have loved you, love you one another. Is this love? Is this love? Let's ask ourselves. Does love look away? While we were yet sinners, the Bible said he loved us. Did he look away? Have you not seen a pattern by now with Olukoya? He picks them one by one. Turns their back against each other. He picks these people one by one. And he throws them in jail. He sues them. He shakes them. He gives them chaos. He desires to break them. He shows them shaggy one by one. And because he's always doing it one by one, the moment he picks one person, he makes sure that nobody comes to the aid of that person until he's done breaking that person and there's nothing left of that person. And for that reason, when he finally picks you, nobody will come to your aid. Because you're on your own. And then you look around, there's nobody. Because instead of love, what we have is hatred. What we have is hatred for everybody. We have hatred. If I just kind of said, if you love your enemy, if you love only those that love you, if don't the tax collectors do the same? We even hate ourselves. Go and listen to Olukoya, listen to the Bible. Is it the same? Now every day now they get enemy talking about all this monitoring spirit. You leave the country, you are happy, you're going to USA, you're going to Canada, you're going to London, you're going to the UK, you're going to Cameroon, you're going to Germany, you're going to Finland, anywhere you will find, they will follow you. They will follow you there because they are the tax collectors. And there's just one thing they want you to believe, and that thing they keep wanting you to believe, and they will keep telling you in your head. You have enemies. You have powers. You have village people. They just want you to never forget that notion. You are never free. And in exchange, they want this. You keep giving until there is nothing left of you. You suspect everything. You don't have good sleep. You don't have good this. You fall into sin. They tell you to go for deliverance. You never have peace. They steal everything from you. They steal the word from you. They steal the peace from you. They steal love from you. They steal happiness from you. And when they've had you where they need you, the moment you don't do their bidding, then they torture you. And there's nobody to be there for you. Is that what you call Christianity? So I say again to the pastors, how many pastors do you know or have you heard of that has gone through something through the hands of Olukoya and you did nothing? And I ask you, when it becomes your turn, who will do something for you? So that being said, today I want to show us, I actually had something else planned for today, but I will try to squeeze it all into one video. But before that, I want to show us a chat. Now, I've blurred the person's name for safety reasons. This person is a pastor in MFM. And this is what the person said. You can see it in your screen right now. And the person said, left MFM 3 years ago, and said, the responder said, for real, and Olukoya did not come after you. The man said, that's a story for another day. And the person said, I guess I must have prayed for 6 years before leaving. And the lady said, really, in fact, I thought of you today after listening to Moment of Truth, Sister Funke Ashikun's show. The man said, 3 years before I left, I stopped listening to any MFM message. 3 years before this pastor left, he was a pastor in MFM, but he stopped listening to any MFM message. And the lady said, the truth is unveiling itself. The person said, none of it is new to me, but I have a ministry and that's my focus. And in all, and up till now, God shows me mercy. The lady then responded with the question that made my heart glad. It's not new to you guys, and you let people like us to walk freely into that porn corridor deliverance. Let me say that thing again. The person said, it is not new to you guys, and you let people like us to walk freely into that porn corridor deliverance. And the person said, I can't imagine such horrific revelation. Now I know why Olukoya sued Maureen Badejo. The man responded to what the lady said about it is not new to you guys, and you guys let us walk freely into that pond called corridor deliverance. Is this thing on? Yes. And he said, it is not so easy as I think. I believe God really helped me, because many see these things and don't see anything wrong. It is not so easy as I think. I believe God really helped me, because many see these things and don't see anything wrong. Then the lady responded, they have sued Funke and Shekun severally. So MFM is a cult and these deep secrets are so horrific. Is it true that Olukoya buried 7 cows? This pastor said, I believe they bewitch people. Then concerning the questions, he said, this one I don't know about. The lady then said, concerning what he said, I believe they bewitch people. He said, but those prayers are not scriptural. The fact that Olukoya is preaching sermon that keeps the mind of people in continuous fear and yet sexually molest ladies in the corridor toilet is just a shocking to discover. I was not molested, but injustice to one is injustice to all. Now, when he said this one I don't know about, the lady said, then you must be a nominal pastor in MFM. You must belong to the cult to defend Olukoya's crime. Anyway, which ministry are you talking about? The man responded, as I write now, I have left MFM years ago. I have nothing to do with MFM and I do not want to be associated with them. Now, do you see how life works? They all knew. This is a pastor that I've left 3 years ago. They all knew about what happened. They all knew about this sexual abuse. They were all aware of all the activities of Olukoya. But they chose to look away. And that's why this lady asked him, so you know that it is not new to you. And you allowed us to walk into that slaughterhouse. A lot of pastors knew. This is a pastor confirming that it is not new to him. They knew what was going on. They were aware of it. And yet they kept quiet to keep up with a paycheck. And you're delaying. And now everybody's afraid. In fact, I just heard another news this morning of a pastor that just left. And he just left recently from MFM and now they're accusing him of theft. But look, I'm waiting to finish all the investigation. So now when people leave your church, the next thing you want to do is to accuse them of theft. And this is what I want to tell people that want to send in their resignation letter. If you want to send in your resignation letter, put a caveat there that you have accounted for. I'm going to post it on Mrs. Funke's page so that she can share it with you. Put a caveat there that you have accounted for everything that has been left in your care. And put it in that letter that Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries have 7 days. You give them 7 days to verify everything you have provided in that letter, to verify, to take an inventory of everything they have left in your care. And that if they fail to take a proper action within those stipulated period, you are not liable for anything missing in the church. You are not liable for anything. And if they should then hold you accountable for anything after this period, it will be held as malice. put it in your letter there, and also include in your letter there that henceforth any correspondence between you and the church should be sent to your lawyer. Because now they will probably want to say, okay, fine, they want to message you and tell you to come and attend to something. Tell them that henceforth, if they want to send you anything or they want to correspond with you, they should refer to your lawyer. And they should send any correspondence they want to send to you via email. They should not talk to you. Anything they want to say to you, they should say it to your legal team, or they should send it to you via email. Because this man, it is the same pattern. I just heard that it was the same thing he did for Baura. That Baura already left the church years ago, and all of a sudden he's claiming that the man stole generator years after. It is a pattern, a repetitive pattern. But then when you know the pattern which a person is using to attack you, then you will know how to counter it. The law can be a shield when you know how to make it your shield. Now, I really don't understand the fact of the case of Baura. I'm trying to make some calls to understand what really happened to the man and hear what really happened. But as you can see, this is really messed up. A lot of these pastors, they knew what happened. They all knew. They are aware. They knew what was going on. But they were just willing to buy. But that's where I have a problem. So Jesus Christ told you to feed his sheep. You were not only abandoning his sheep, you led his sheep to the slaughter because you want to keep up with a paycheck. Anyway, God is a merciful God, sha. But what about those women that did not have trauma? What do you say to those women? You're sorry. Come up, they should forgive you. Because I don't understand. And that's why evil continues, because we all look away and we run away. An injustice to one is an injustice to all. Did Christ not die for all of us? He said, as I have loved you, love you one another. The next person, your neighbor. You call yourself sister Lagbaja, brother Lagbaja. Don't you know that means you guys are kin? You're related by the blood of Christ. Did you forget that part too? Oh, so I want to interpret, for those of us that don't understand Yoruba, I want to interpret the audio that we had yesterday, the audio I played yesterday of conversation between me and Akpeji. I'm so sorry, I had to just put it there. Let me get to. Now I want to put something out there. Sanwo-Olu is a member of Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministries. He attends Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministries Church. Now, I don't have a problem with whatever it is that transpires between him and Sanwo-Olu. Don't get me wrong. But where I have a problem is when the church bribes people to vote. According to what I heard from Akpeji, they were paying people 2,000 naira each to vote for Sanwo-Olu. Is that not vote buying? Is it not a crime? The Bible says we should obey all laws. If it was a politician that was doing that, keep in mind that now you and I go to swear for them. But it is okay when it is the church that is doing it. It is well. Okay. Okay, so let me start with that. Let's just listen to some of the things me and Akpeji spoke about. Okay, so here on the 1303, I saw in his bank statement, the same he shared with me, I saw a credit transaction of 1 million. So I was asking him about that 1 million. So on the 1303 of 2023, he was telling me that this money was for the election of Sanwo-Olu, that they paid him to pay people 2,000 naira each. Yeah, so he said I'll see another 1 million. I just need to scroll down. 400,000. He said Olukoya gave him 400,000 naira. Olukoya gave him 400,000 for his Canada application, for his visa fee. He said Olukoya likes him a lot for what he does. And me, I was singing because, you know, it was more of a sarcasm, but I was just singing that Olukoya likes to disburse money. So on the 7th, 2022.
7, Abby. What month is that? Yeah, that work is bad.
So just hold on.
On the 7th.
Okay, so the network was bad. I then called back.
Hello, sir.
He called me back actually.
Yes.
So 2 million. They gave him.
On the 7th, Kenya. 2 million. On the 7th, 2022.
So on the 7th of 7, 20 January, February, March, April, May, June, July. On the 7th of July, 2022, they gave him 2,446,000. 2 million. 2,946,000 was wired into his account for a football project.
So how does the project work?
So I asked him how the competition works. He said they will host a competition in his name. And he only did that because they were in good rapport. Because when they had issues in 2024, he did not do the event. But where I had an issue is that if it's an organization, an NGO, why are you moving money into his account? Don't you have a company's account, the football academy account? Don't they have a bank account? Why are you moving the money into his own personal account?
Okay, so 2,946,000. So it was because you guys were in good rapport, you were still doing the dirty jobs. But then,
so here I said, I don't even know where to start because I'm looking at all these bank statements. I'm looking at all these credit alerts. I don't even know where to start to talk about it because a lot of money was being moved.
Is it? Check it, go look off when.
So for that 2,970,000, they wrote him a check.
Another one now give me us again. On the 18, they check in on the 18/08/2022. He had 2,725,000. Yeah, winners money.
18/08/2022, they moved in 2 million something.
On the 18, they check in on the 18/08/2022. He had 2,725,000.
So 18/08/2022, they moved in 2,725,000.
Yeah, winners money.
Winners money into his account.
549,000.
Are you getting the point now? If all these things is an NGO, why is the church moving the money into his account and not the football academy account? They have a registered account. He said they moved a lot of money in his account. You cannot even remember them all. So he was looking for
I want to help you narrate the election money very well so that
the election money.
draw their block costs. Yeah, I'm seeing 100,000. Yeah. 100,000. But me, I want to show me. You come with sick, you come for me. We'll send 100,000.
So he says sometimes he just move money to into his account randomly. Sometimes he's probably just sick. Olukoya will just tell them to send money to him. So he said there was a time he sent money to his account. He was not sick. He just wanted the money. He said he likes him, but he's not loyal to him. So I told him that there's a difference between, oh, I'm just nice to you, and there's a difference between, I'm just giving you this money to keep you to shut up because I'm making you do my dirty jobs. And I was shocked. 1,750,000, 11/11/2022. So then he wanted him to leave to you, United Kingdom, because they were already having issues. So he gave him money and told him to leave the country. Another 100,000 twice. Another 100,000 again.
It is well with your soul, because another 1,750,000.
Another 1,750,000.
2022. Owó kí tún lélẹ̀? GTB. 1,750,000. Òun ni owó tó ní kí n fi lọ sí London.
Okay.
Kí n sanwó fún jet.
So that was the money for his UK trip. So the total sum was 3.5 million, but they paid 1,750,000. So according to him, he wants to push him away to London. So that
1 million in 22nd 11 2022.
So no, 22nd 11 2022, they give him another 1 million. There was another 3,200,000, 3,400,000 from a lady called Miriam. This lady is the same person that, according to Akweji, he introduced the lady to Olukoya, and then she started getting contracts from him.
700,000.
Another 700,000. So he is saying that no pastor has collected the same measure of money that he has been able to get from Olukoya, because he gets money. So there was another 4.4 I saw in his bank statement. So on the 21st of April, he sent another 300,000 using the same Mr. Joseph I spoke about days ago.
Yeah, I can see it here.
It's just, for me, it's just messed up. You hear like millions, 3.2, 700,000, 1 million. Like, you just hear them mention millions. Like, it was just moving millions. So on the 6th of July, Pastor Sam sent 1 million. But the pastor is in Canada right now. He sent 1 million.
6th of July.
On the 6th of July. It's just disgusting.
Yeah, 1 million, Pastor Sam. The one that of Pastor Leki here, Abi.
So he said Pastor Moses instructed Sam to send the 1 million. And the day we were going to send that money, they made him sign an MOU. He had the CCTV camera in front of him. He had the security guards in front of him with the guys. They were like on standby. They made him sign an undertaking that was not going to disturb them for any other thing. It's not going to talk about the election interference that they did. It's going to be quiet. So yeah, I was asking him who this pastor is. I want to know his administrative position. So he said this man is working with the GO. He works in GO's office.
Kini qualification ni àbí kini position ni.
Because I wanted to know what his administrative responsibilities were. So yeah, he's saying that he's one of the pastors in his office. So it was this Pastor Sam that made the transfer of 1 million. It's just messed up. And then afterwards, they sent him another 850. It was just a rodeo of him just mentioning huge sum of money. And this particular 1 million, I noticed that they used MFM's account to move the money. So I asked him why. Then he said it was MFM Bafo that they used to, MFME4 that they used to move the money. And I was surprised. What was the money for? You know, it's just it's just messed up. Sincerely, it's just messed up. I actually had something else planned today, but then I had to address the open letter. And then when I got this screenshot, I had to show us the truth that is going on that people don't understand behind closed doors. That a lot of these pastors, they know what happens in corridor deliverance. They just don't want to see anything because they don't want to be under Olukoya's wrath. They don't want to tell him to put a stop to it because then their salary will end. That's all I have to say for today. I hope I see you tomorrow where we'll talk about Mr. Richards in details and the lawsuit that his wife is currently facing with Olukoya. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.